So, hello everyone, welcome to this part 3 of respiratory system examination. We'll look at important muscles of respiration, causes of respiratory muscle weakness, and then we'll look at the general examination in respiratory system. So, without wasting time, the inspiration and expiration. Inspiration in which the person takes the air in, expiration, the air goes out. So, inspiration, the important principal muscle is the external intercostal muscle. You can see this muscle here. The external intercostal is the principal inspiratory muscle. The diaphragm, the dome descends, thus it increases the vertical dimension of the thoracic cavity and also elevates the lower lip. So the diaphragm is here. Suppose this is diaphragm, and when the diaphragm contracts, the vertical diameter of the cavity is increased. So the principal muscles there are two. First is the external intercostal and second is the diaphragm as far as the inspiration is concerned. Now there are some muscles which are known as accessory muscles. What if the diaphragm gets paralyzed? Is the principal muscle. So the escape mechanism or the muscles which can help increasing the vertical diameter of the thoracic cavity. These are the sternocleidomastoid, scalene group muscles. And pectoralis minor, it also helps it to some extent. So what this will do, these will contract this way. So the rib cage will be elevated and ultimately the vertical diameter of the cavity will be increased. So inspiration, the goal of muscles which help in inspiration is to increase the diameter of the cavity. So external intercostals and diaphragm, they are principal muscles, and accessorily we have sternocleidomastoid and scalene group. As far as the muscles of expirations are concerned, see the expiration normally it's a passive process. So diaphragm, it does contract while inspiration, while it passively recoils and the expiration takes place. So principally we don't have any, what do we say, uh, principal muscles of expiration, since expiration is passive process. However, when you try to do expiration actively, that is by voluntarily you try to expire the air, then the internal intercostal muscles are used. Secondarily, similarly as we saw, in case of inspiration we try to increase the diameter of the lung, right? So in case of expiration, the muscles will try to decrease the diameter. So what are these muscles? The abdominals, they pull down the uh, rib cage and compress the abdominal contents and pushing the diaphragm up. So the abdominals, these are the active muscles. So as far as the muscles of respiration are concerned, first is inspiration, expiration. Inspiration we have heard, we have quite clear about them. Expiration, the normally it's a passive process, so we don't have a principal muscles. However, we are doing active voluntarily exercise expirations. We have internal intercostals and abdominals. Now how do we remember? I do use this, that inspiration, these are the external intercostals, and as far the external expiration is concerned, then we are using internal intercostals. So it's quite small trick that you can use as well. So after coming to the last topic of the anatomical background of this respiratory system, we'll jump to the general examination of respiratory system. Okay, so the general examination of respiratory system is, see, general examination in itself is a big topic, so we'll not be covering in detail. We'll just look at how and which are the important parts of the general examination which we must not overlook while doing general examination in a respiratory system or a respiratory case. The first part is the nails. So what we can get in nails in case of a respiratory environment is clubbing. Then we can get cyanosis. Obviously there is hypoxia. Clubbing, it has a very unique mechanism. We'll discuss it in our general examination part. So clubbing, then cyanosis, and then if there is underlying malignancy, and if the clubbing it goes to grade 2 or grade 3, and then the clubbing, the painful clubbing, we call it as hypertrophic pulmonary osteoarthropathy. So it is a basically painful clubbing. It is also, and it also should be checked, painful clubbing, we call it hypertrophic pulmonary osteoarthropathy. So these are the things that we should look in there. Now comes the hands. Now as far as hands are concerned in respiratory case, we must look for the warmness and also asterexis. Now what is asterexis? These are the flapping tremors or the negative myoclonus. So in case of chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, there is CO2 retention. So because of CO2 retention, the R's are strikingly warm, and there are also asterisks. See, okay. So after nails and worms, the next thing that you should look for, that next thing that you should look in general examination is the JVP. So there are a few respiratory causes of JVP that we'll look here. The important being carpulmonal, that is the right side heart failure because of respiratory causes. Then there can be a pneumothorax or can be a SVC obstruction. SVC obstruction due to any lung mass. Maybe it's obstructing the SVC and that is causing the raised JVP. So these are the three things that we should look for. And obviously, the most important thing is the blood pressure. Now, what is important in blood pressure? Specifically seeing, there is a condition that is known as pulsus paradoxus. Okay. So now what usually happens, this pulsus paradoxus topic will cover it in detail in general examination in the pulse topic. Okay. So I'll just quickly tell you what happens is pulsus paradoxus. What happens in pulsus paradoxus is the fall in blood pressure during inspiration is more than 10 mm of Hg. And why it is called a paradox? Paradox is the heart sounds are heard, but since the blood pressure has fallen for more than 10 millimeter of Hg, sometimes you might not be able to appreciate the pulse. So the heart is felt, but pulse is not felt. This is the paradox of pulsus paradoxus. Now, as far as pulsus paradoxus is concerned, there are some cardiac and non-cardiac causes. Cardiac and non-cardiac causes. So as far as the cardiac causes are concerned, simple constrictive pericarditis, then there's cardiac tamponade, and the third part is restrictive cardiomyopathy. As far as non-cardiac or respiratory things, that there is pulmonary embolism, then there's severe asthma, then there's emphysema plus bronchial asthma. If there is a combination of these two, then we can also have pulsus paradoxus. Now the fifth thing that we should look in general examination is edema feet. Edema feet is an important sign. See, it's a sign of decompensation. Edema can occur because of respiratory decompensation, cardiac decompensation, liver, kidney. So edema feet are quite important. And if a patient has a cor pulmonale, that is heart failure secondary to respiratory cause, then edema feet becomes an important part in general examination. The next and part that we do look for is the lymph nodes. Obviously, if there is some infection like tuberculosis or any underlying malignancy, then lymph nodes are quite large and they're enlarged. So, and the last part, the skin. Are there any skin lesions specifically? So, yeah, quite two, three lesions are there. First is the erythema nodosum. So, we do see that in case of tuberculosis, we all might be knowing. And there's lupus pernio. It is a butterfly lesion-like rash on your cheeks. Uh, but it does not spare your nasal region or so lupus pernio, it occurs in sarcoidosis. And the third is neurofibromatosis, the neurocutaneous syndrome. Neurofibromatosis, we should not miss them. If there are any neurofibromas, the chances of pulmonary fibrosis, it actually increases a lot. So these are a few things in general examination that we must look for a respiratory case. That is nails. In nails, we look for clubbing, cyanosis, painful clubbing, hands, a warm hand, and flaps. JVP, we look for raised JVP, blood pressure, pulses, paradoxus, edema feet, lymph nodes, and skin. Okay, so after this, our what do we say? The proper respiratory muscle examination, respiratory system examination will start from part 4. Okay, so see you all there. Thank you.